friends, thanks for watching. In this video, I would like to show you the for loop. The for loop is a code that you can run if you wish to execute the same set of instructions multiple times. And the best way for me to show you is to give you a demonstration. Okay, so on the screen, I have written some simple code. It says, for count in range 1, 5, colon. So count is a variable that you make up. So it doesn't have to be called count. It can be whatever you want it to be. But count will always be an integer. So in this for loop, the value of count always starts with the lowest value of your range. So when I write range starts at 1, that means that count will always start with the value 1. Okay, so once count gets its value or is assigned a value, then you execute the code that is nested in the for loop. So here, we only have one line of code that is nested, and that code is print count. So what that means is print out to the screen the existing or current value of count. So because count is currently 1, we will print the number 1 to the screen. So because we only have that one line of code, that's the end of this first loop. Okay, so you go back to the for command, and now count takes on the next value in the range. So the next value is 2, because it always increments 1 at a time. Okay, so now count is 2. Now you will execute the nested code again. So every time you loop through this code, you execute the nested code once. So it will also print count. So it will print the number 2 to the screen because that is the current value of count. So now we go back to the count. Now the next value in the range is 3. And you will print out 3. Then count will be 4, and you will print out 4. Now the code stops because you always stop at 1 before the upper limit of the range. So here the upper limit is 5, so you will stop at 4. Okay, so now we can run this code. And you see that the code printed out 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so it executed this for loop 4 times. Because I started at 1, then went to 2, then 3, then 4, then it stopped. So actually it is good practice for you to not start the range at 1. It's actually better to start at 0, and I will eventually show you why. So you start the code at 0. So if you want to do the same thing, you want to print out the numbers 1, 2, 3, and 4, then we can change this 5 to a 4, and we can print count plus 1 instead. So let's see what it does. So what I'm doing in this paint is I'm doing what is called stepping through the code. So I'm going through every loop and showing you the values that these variables take on. So count starts at value 0 now. Okay, so what will it print out? It prints out count plus 1. So if count is 0, then 0 plus 1 is 1. So it will print out 1. So next, count is 1, and it will print out 1 plus 1, which is 2. Then count is 2, and it will print out 2 plus 1, which is 3. Then count is 3, and it will print out 3 plus 1, which is 4. And then the code stops, because it always stops at 1 before the upper limit of the range. So I execute this code, and you see I get back the same result. Okay, so let's write a code that counts down from 10. So it will say 10, 9, 8, all the way to 1, and then it will say Happy New Year. So to do that, I will do this. I will change the 4 to a 10, and I will do 10 minus count. Okay, so for our for loop, count starts at 0 and it will print out 10 minus 0, which is 10. Okay, so then count takes on the next value in the range, which is 1. And it will print out 10 minus 1, which is 9. So it continues in this manner until finally count reaches 1 before 10. So it reaches 9. That's the last value. And it will print 10 minus 9, which is 1. Okay, so now you escape your for loop. Okay, you're done with the for loop. So the next code is here. Print Happy New Year. So on the screen, I should see Happy New Year. Okay, let's execute that code. Okay, so we see it counted down from 10 to 1, and then it says Happy New Year. Okay everyone, that's it for this video. If you found this video to be valuable to you, then please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.